Well, we're gonna start. So we know that the TIA renewal process can be very slow and stressful. And if you're in quick and proactive, things will seem to go even slower. We're here to help you. And today we're going to discuss what's a digital certificate. So we're gonna break this process into some steps. First, we're gonna talk about what's a digital certificate. A digital certificate is a digital credential that you install on your computer, and it guarantees your identity on the internet. With it, you can access government online services, and most importantly, you need a digital certificate in order to renew your TIA. So a digital certificate is a digital ID. It's not something that you can touch. It's installed in your computer. It looks like something like this if it's installed when it's installed on your computer. And it's different from the firma digital. I don't know if you've heard about this concept, but well, when you like upload your documents for the renewal, you need to sign them, which is the firma digital. Well, it's different. The firma digital, it's an app that allows you to present your documents, and the digital certificate tells the firma digital that you are the person that are presenting the documents. So, is the digital certificate the same thing as your TIA? No. The TIA is your card, the physical ID card that you have, but the digital certificate is only a software credential that verifies your identity online. So the digital certificate is issued by the FNMT. Well, basically, it's given by the Spanish government. And we get this question a lot, like, when should you start getting the digital certificate? Well, you can start doing it right now. The sooner you get it, the better. You don't have to wait until your TA is expired to get it. In fact, we recommend you to do it now. Yeah, you don't have to wait until summer. A digital certificate is not only useful for renewing your TIA, but also for other things you might want to do or need to do. With the digital certificate, you can do the empadronamiento online. You can manage your carpeta de salud. You can get your social security number if you need to do some I don't know, some practicas, or if you're planning on starting to work. Well, it's a certificate that helps you to do more than just the TIA renewal. You don't have to renew the digital certificate every year. In fact, the digital certificate is valid for 4 years. Please remember that the TIA is not the same as the certificate.
Les cobran menos.
Okay. So, when should you start your TIA renewal? You should start the TIA renewals 60 days before your card expires. If you have your TIA with you, I recommend you to take it out and take a look at the date of expiry. And well, you know you can start the process from 60 days before it expires. Remember, the digital certificate is different than the TIA. You can start getting your digital certificate now, and then well, just uploading the documents 60 days before your TIA expires. So I think it's better to see it in a timeline. So between now and pay, you get the certificate. You apply for the digital certificate, you set up a password, and you receive a confirmation code. With this confirmation code, you can book an appointment to verify your identity in an oficina de registro. we're gonna go through these steps later. Don't worry if you don't get what I'm talking about. Well, after you do this, you go to the appointment that you have booked with your TIA and the code and your passport. You download the certificate as soon as you get the email. Don't wait further. And then you make an external backup of your certificate. So, now we're gonna get more practical. How can you get one? Well, the first thing you have to do is to apply for it. You apply for it online, then you go to an oficina de registro to verify your identity, and then you're gonna receive an email telling you that you can now download your digital certificate. So, let's start with application. You need to install or update Chrome and Firefox. And you can do the process with either of these. It's of your choice. And then you also have to download an app called Ceres. And well, it's the program that like allows you to request a digital certificate. After you download you download and update Ceres and Firefox and Chrome, you should also install Autofirma. This is not necessary for your digital certificate, but for the TIA renewal. So, after you have installed Ceres, Autofirma, and updated Chrome and Firefox, you can you can request a digital certificate. You just have to request it. You click on solicitar certificado. You have to do this on your computer, and you have to enter your first name and last name, your email, and your NIE. Then it will ask you to set a password, and it's really important that you don't forget the password. So here you enter your data. It's really important that you don't forget your password. Why? Because if you later on, they're gonna require you to type down your password in order to download the digital certificate. And if you don't remember the password, you're gonna have to start the process all over again. So, after you completed this form with your NIE, your last name, and your email, you will receive an email from the FNMT that it's the digital certificates, and you're gonna get a code, your NIE number, and a confirmation. After you get it, you'll have to book an appointment to verify your identity, and we recommend you to do it as soon as possible. Where can you book an appointment? Well, here we have a QR where you can find the nearest office where you can verify your identity. You have to go in person with your TIA, your code, the code that you received in the email, and the passport. So, even though we recommend to do this before your TIA expires, for those of you whose TIA is already expired, there's another option. You can go to the office of Paulino Caballero, 19. That's the only office you can go with your TIA expired. You can't go to any office if you have your TIA expired. Well, it usually takes 10 to 15 minutes, and well, after you go to the appointment, you should be very attentive to your email, because in a couple of hours you'll receive another email with a link. Once you get it, you have to enter to the link in the same computer that you requested the digital certificate, using the same browser. So let's say I used Chrome, so you have to enter through Chrome to the link, and download your certificate. as soon as possible. Please don't wait a day or a week, as this might give you trouble later on while trying to download the certificate. It will ask you to fill the name, surname, your NIE, and the code. So it will ask you to put the password that I told you that you should not forget. So in this part, it's really important that you remember it. After you have downloaded it, you can make a copy of the certificate. It must be an external copy. You can use an USB or an external hard drive, because if something happens to your laptop, you don't have to do all the process all over again. You can just use the copy you have. Well, yeah, after your certificate is downloaded, you'll have to install it, and yeah, it'll ask for your password, both for the password of the digital certificate and in some cases of your laptop's password. And it looks something like this. It usually says like your last name, your name, and your name. So what happens after you have installed the certificate? You can start the renewal process within the 60 days prior to the T expiration date, even if you're not in Spain. And over the summer, you can regularly check the status of your renewal to see if you have any notification from the immigration office. You can use your digital certificate to answer any requests the immigration office might make to you. And it's really important that you return to Spain before your T expires. Or else you won't be able, I mean, police might not let you enter the country as a student. Well, and then it's very likely that even if you have applied for the TIE like 60 days prior to the expiration date, your TIE, like your process might be still like being checked by the immigration office. It's completely normal, and you don't have to worry about that. Just the process continues. Well, and then last question, like, who's responsible for getting the digital certificate now and starting the renewal on time? It's not your parents, it's not the University of Navarra, nor the International Relations Office, it's you. And don't forget, the TIA process is only between the student and the Spanish government. We can help you with anything you need as far as our knowledge allows us. But well, you're responsible for answering the requirements that the Spanish government makes you. A final advice will be that you don't check like all documents and guidelines. Please always enter our website for updated information, or come by the office. Here I have the QR that directs you to our webpage, in which you can find like a detailed guide on how to do each step of the process. And well, if you enter our QR, you can click on Prórroga Renovación, and specifically like the session we just had today is about the digital certificate, the Certificado Digital. If you click on that link, it will direct you to a PDF that has like all the links that can make your renewal process and your like getting your digital certificate process way much easier. And for any doubt, question, or inquiry you might have, you can always contact us at visa@unav.es, or come by the International Relations Office that is at the Central Building, and well, we'll be happy to help. We're hosting another workshop, and it's going to be the final one. It's called Mercurio. Mercurio is the app where you can renew your ticket. And well, it will be our last workshop, and we hope to see you there. Okay, thank you. I don't know if anyone has any questions. Now will be the time to make them. You can type them on the chat. We're gonna wait just a couple of seconds to see if anyone wants to ask something. Or if not, remember we're always available at the office or by email. Mhm. Well, thank you all. Thank you, Sarah, Fabiana, Evandro. Thank you. Well, as I see that there are no questions, um, well, I'm gonna close the meeting, and I thank you all for coming. Have a good day. Ah, wait, Juan Diego has a question. He says, if my T expires on 31st of August, but next semester I will be on exchange, do I need to be in Spain for the renewal? So, Juan Diego, no, you should not. I mean, you can be outside of Spain for starting the renewal. In fact, we recommend you to start it like 60 days before the 31st of August. And you can lay your fingerprints after when you come to Spain. If you want further assistance, as this is a special case, I would recommend you to come by the office and we can check like some details because it depends it depends on your nationality, if you can later enter back to Spain without any trouble. So I would recommend you to come by our office. Well, thank you all for coming.